Also wanted to talk about since we're kind of in that, I wanted to talk about what's your perspective on yoga. And I've also oftentimes hear people say, Christian yoga and all that stuff. But if you can, kind of give them a like what is yoga and why we should probably not do it.
Okay, yeah, I just brought this up, and it's on the Hindu roots of yoga and all that. It's a website.
Yeah.
Yoga is a spiritual discipline rooted in Hinduism philosophy and universally available to any. Ooh, there's a pop up, and universally available to anyone without concern, pressure. I mean, they just go on. They're kind of trying to make it sound really good. But basically, yoga is connected to Hinduism, and Hinduism is another polytheistic religion. It's been around for thousands of years. They actually say Hinduism's the oldest established organized religion. But yoga itself, in Hindi, yoga means to be yoked. Yeah. So all these yoga poses are actually a way of worship to the Hindu gods.
I know the one where it's like I've seen before is like crisscross applesauce, and the ones they like lay their hands like this. Isn't that like when you correct me if I'm at that like aligning your starts with a C? You know what I'm talking about?
Well, there's like kind of intermediate yoga, and then you got what they call Kundalini yoga, which is the deeper spiritual stuff. It's actually said, and I can't remember the yogi. That's what these masters are called. The people that are masters at yoga, the yogis.
Yeah.
He said that yoga is useless as a physical activity because it's meant for spiritual growth. So, I mean, I'm not sure if that's word for word, but I remember that's what the quote was basically saying, is that so Christians shouldn't partake in yoga, going back to that original question, because it is rooted in Hinduism. Yeah. And each yoga pose is a worship to a Hindu god. And we're not supposed to have other gods before Yahweh, before Jesus.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to have any other gods, and it's a form of worship. And I feel like a lot of Christians, you guys can get mad at me, but
some of them be like,
but that's the thing.
Stretch.
That's the thing. I'm not here to bash or condemn anybody. I just want them to learn from my experience, because Satan, like we said earlier, Satan's tricky, man. He's had this whole playbook ever since the fall of man. Like he's come up with so many different ways to keep us from worshiping God.
Yeah.
He'll even allow us to worship a tree as long as we're not worshiping the Lord. Like it doesn't even. He's egotistic. He does want us to worship him, whether we know it or not. But he'd rather you worship a tree or a rock too, as long as it's not worshiping the Lord properly.
And it's so you see that so often. People like a lot of these things from New Age. It seems like it's things from creation. Like I always hear like, let the universe this or let the universe that, or relying on crystals or materialistic things that were created from the creator. So I find it kind of weird that that people rely on the creation instead of relying on the creator.
I mean, and that's a whole other purpose of New Age, is to move our focus of worship onto something else.
Yeah.
And especially self.
Yeah.
Self. That's why a lot of people that either knowing or unknowing practice anything from New Age, or even just try to kind of absorb it into their own life, just bring it in like little tidbits into their own life, they don't understand that it's not supposed to. It's not something they can like coexist with actually being a Christian too.
Yeah.
I mean, we do see it in churches, sadly.
Yeah.
We just that mindset, because I mean, the universe is not gonna talk back to you. It's not. It's creation. Yeah. God is bigger than the universe.
Yeah. He's the one who made it.
Yeah, he's the one who made it.
Yeah.